Hello everybody, today we're going to be looking at this video by Harman Smith where he talks about how Pretendos apparently are saying that Nintendo Switch is going to be horrible this year, which I don't know anyone who is talking about that. That just seems like some bullshit, but he's speaking out of his ass again. And yeah, it's bullshit, Nintendo's not gonna have a bad 2023. Maybe. It depends on how long it takes for Nintendo Switch 2 to release, otherwise, maybe. But I mean, it's like going off from Nintendo sales not be as high as other companies for plenty of reasons, and we'll get into that later. Oh, wait, the clip. What the fuck?
Hello everyone, this is Cody Lee of BlackCatBooks.org, author of I the Dragon, Cruel and Beautiful Rabbit Hole, Lore and Frey, and the upcoming Jaw of the Dragon. So this is going to be a great year for Nintendo Switch. I just recorded a video talking about that, but the reason I'm talking about this, the reason I wanted to make it very clear that 2023 was going to be a great year for the Switch, is that most commentators, people on Twitter, people on YouTube, like the usual suspects, are going out of their way to try and pretend, as they have been since like 2017, that it's not true, that it's impossible, that Switch is on the way out, that the new consoles are far eclipsing it, that Game Pass is the biggest thing ever, that PS5 is the biggest thing ever. They both have 30 million units sold, man. Like, they're throwing out all the stops to make it seem like Nintendo is desperate. They can't compete with Skyrim, with Starfield, with The Last of Us Part 3, with God of War Ragnarok, with Horizon Forbidden West, with Elden Ring. I remember hearing people say say that Nintendo was scared of Elden Ring, which is laughable to me. Um, I I remember just these guys are always going to do the same thing. It's always going to be Nintendo. It's always going to be talking about how Nintendo is going bankrupt, how they're irrelevant, how they're not going to be able to keep selling Switches, and it's just not true. It's not in sync. It's not like aligned with reality at all. There is absolutely no way that the Switch is going to drop off in popularity. This is a Game Boy situation in which there are technically a lot of like more powerful competitors on the market, but because of the price point, because of the game library, because of like the appeal of the Switch, it's going to remain extremely popular. It is going to remain the best, not only extremely popular, but by far the most successful console on the market. And that's kind of where we're at now, where Valve fanboys, the steampunks, the Xbox, and the the Snoys, right? I don't actually have a funny nickname for the Xbox. Let's see, Xbox Series X. Like, how about the Xbox Series Stars? I don't know. I can't come up with anything. I'll have to think about that. But Xbox is so irrelevant that I don't even really think about that. PlayStation is so irrelevant, I don't even really think about them. If it wasn't for a handful of hardcore steampunks who are like constantly commenting on my channel and trying to like pretend I'm insane or something for pointing this stuff out, like I wouldn't be talking about Valve either. Like these companies simply can't exist. Like the same people who are telling you that Nintendo hasn't put out anything relevant in years is like praising the Steam Deck and Valve. The company that hasn't put out a Half-Life game since 2008, was it? Like episode 2. I know some people will defend Alex, but like Alex wasn't very good. Let's be real. I I don't see any. It's going to be a slow, gradual decline for PlayStation, Xbox, and Valve. They have the brand recognition, they have like legions of dedicated fanboys, they have their casual audience, but like, I don't think they're going to be able to beat Nintendo. Like, it's simply not possible. Nintendo has like several high quality partners at this point. They have companies like Monolith Soft, they have Next Level Games, they have Retro, they have, Game Freak pumping out like the most successful video game IP in the world. They have their like internal subsidiaries. They have like their internal development teams. They have HAL. They have like these companies that are constantly doing better and better and pumping.
I like how he's like just pretending to that like fucking Xbox, PlayStation, and PC is gonna be completely irrelevant. Like I still have my fucking Wii. I still play that, my PlayStation 3 and shit. It's not gonna become irrelevant. I still play PlayStation 3 games out from fucking 2012 and 2008. And even then, I was like I think I was probably 4 years old, and that's not when I started playing on PlayStation, but I still play those older games on those consoles and on like the Wii and shit. But like, oh fuck, that doesn't matter. I'm leaving it in there anyways. Because it's still better than the shoot jump cuts he puts in his video. He doesn't even leave any jump cuts in there still. That's good to see that he hasn't changed, as he complains about Xbox and PlayStation fans not changing. And like, at least I'm making more sense than he is. I'm fucking drunk right now. Fucking dumbass here. Yeah, PlayStation and Xbox are just suddenly gonna become irrelevant. It's not like I have had the Xbox Series S for a while, like the old one. The golf ball console. I still use that one too to play games like Yakuza, like a Dragon. Yakuza 7, it'd be easier for you as that. But yeah. Yakuza 7, I still play it. I've mainly been playing on PC, and I've noticed that there's like some weird fucking shit that happens with the Xbox version when you boot it up on PC with the pink whiskey showing up instead of what the color should be. That's funny. It hopefully doesn't do that on the Steam version of the game, but it just actually doesn't exist, and like years is like calling the fan base like steampunks and shit like that, and it's not even like an actual diss. It's more of a fucking compliment. Like, I don't know, fucking the Suckbox, the Nintendroid, I know there's no word I want to say that one, but that one would go into some words I can't really say the word as much as I want to, even though I am autistic. Actually, nah, fuck you, Nintendoids. You know, for PC, like PlayStation, there's a bunch of actual disses versus actually giving them cool names. Like, what? Who the fuck actually thinks that that's disrespectful called Xbox Stars X? That would have been a better name than what Xbox named it to begin with. Like, this dude's actually fucking retarded. He actually has some fucking brain damage, dude. Like, and then he goes, oh, all the games they have are irrelevant. What about all the classic games on PC you can't fucking play on a Switch, first off? And he mentioned like Half-Life Alyx and the Steam Deck, which both of those continued the story of it. But he doesn't mention like Portal, OTX, or anything like that that also improved upon Valve's games, or the fact that Valve helped fund things like Black Mesa, which was a remastered project of the first Half-Life. Fucking gun. But yeah, this is just some stupid shit, dude. Like, what? I thought this video was about Nintendo's wanting to say that Nintendo's gonna do bad. Like, Nintendo is gonna do just fine. I'm not saying that they're gonna do bad. This might be, for the most part, a worse year than normal for Nintendo. You know, they might have lower sales than normal, but you know, they're not gonna just disappear off the fucking earth. And neither is PlayStation, Xbox, or PC. They're gonna stick around for a long time. It acts kind of like competition shouldn't be a thing. It should definitely be a fucking thing. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, we should go without competition. Just PlayStation, Xbox, go away. It's not like Nintendo betrayed PlayStation back in 1995 or so, I like to say. Close to that. It could just be that I'm off because I'm, you know, fucking seeing double everything right now. But yeah, like, they betrayed him. They were originally gonna make a console together and some shit, like, and I think Nintendo fucking fucked with a different company, and it pissed Sony off, and they were like, fuck you, even though they were kind of controlling with the project, which pissed Nintendo off. It's fucking confusing. Yeah, dude, shit's just fucked. I don't even think this guy even knows what he's talking about remotely. Like, we're freaking so many different games, like, just doing this shit. So many. He's gonna go on about a lot of the same points, but I'm still gonna keep the shit rolling. Also because I forgot my low points.
That are constantly doing better and better and popping out like, you know, bigger and better games that have been like constantly improving on themselves for like 20 years at this point. Like I have been taken aback at how much better Kirby has gotten over the past 20 years. Like comparing Forgotten Land to 64 is just insane. It's like just think about how ridiculous it is that in 22 years we went from this kind of middling 2D platformer on the N64 to like this gorgeously rendered 3D action adventure game, one of the best in the entire franchise. Like I loved Forgotten Land. Just like I love Legends Arceus, just like I love Pokemon Scarlet, just like I love like all these other games that I've been playing. Just like and it's not just Nintendo. That's the thing is that I've noticed that indie games, companies that develop games like Sifu, like Neon White, like Vanillaware. I don't like calling Vanillaware indie, but like companies like that, Platinum Games, like companies that are smaller in scale, that aren't putting out like big AAA productions, that are just pushing out products to a niche audience, they are becoming viable again. That dark age period where like Japanese developers couldn't like put out HD products in a costly in a profitable way. That's over. We're kind of at that point now where the market has kind of adjusted and companies are putting out like really solid, really great, engaging, unique experiences. Stuff like 13 Sentinels. Like I know a lot of people like are kind of iffy on 13 Sentinels for a lot of reasons, but like that was one of my favorite games of 2022, right? 13 Sentinels was awesome. And of course, like, Sifu, Neon White, I played Origami 2 recently, River City Girls 2. Like, we're at that point now where these companies can just put out like high quality niche products for gamers. Like that's the reality, is that we are in the position now where it's viable again to make games for gamers. We're no longer in that phase where where developers are just throwing money at a product to make sure it has like the best possible graphics and like open world settings, and that'll like sell it to like the masses. No, like we are getting games like River City Girls 2. We are getting games like Origami, like 13 Sentinels, like ARMS, like lower budget games from like highly successful studios that know that they have a niche audience that would really, really enjoy something like it. And because of that, because like gamers are are kind of evolving and kind of moving past this mindset of games needing to have high quality graphics. I think more and more we're going to see people start to make the shift to playing exclusively on Switch hardware, because there's no benefit to gaming on PC. There's no benefit to playing on Xbox or PlayStation, right? The Switch has the most features. It's the best hardware, the most popular hardware. It has all of this it has all of these bells and whistles that just make the experience the ideal one for the gamer, right? So as a result of that, why wouldn't you exclusively support that console? Now it won't be automatic, and I imagine most people won't really like think about it, but I do think we are going to kind of reach that point where like where Microsoft and Sony release a new platform like the Xbox Series X2 or something, like their new iPhone revision. People they're hyping it out, they're talking about it, and you're going to see more people just being like, nah, I'm good. Like my Xbox is collecting dust, it plays all the same games. If something comes out, I'll play it, but I'll just like leave it plugged in. A decade goes by, they turn it on, they'll play a movie on it or whatever, and they realize, oh, it's broken. And so it goes in the trash and they never get another one. Right? That's kind of what I expect is happening now, is that people are buying these consoles out of habit, out of obligation, out of like an expectation that these platforms are going to someday be good, someday have some merit. But the reality is like they're just sitting around doing nothing while everyone is playing the Switch. Everyone is like watching anime. Everyone's just, reading books by Cody Lee, right? They're not playing PlayStation because there are no games. Like there's just nothing on PS5 or Xbox Series X that's worth getting excited for or caring about. And when you have no games, you cannot sell a video game platform.
Yeah, right. Like you said earlier, the consoles are not gonna just drop off the face of the fucking planet. Like, the fuck is this dude's problem with that? Acting like they're just suddenly dying when he's trying to make a point that Nintendo's not dying. You need to be more fucking open-minded, not just go, hey, these companies are gonna die, nobody's gonna remember them because there's no games at all. You know, you mentioned some of the games, and it's like, yeah, no games, right? And not only that, though, Nintendo hasn't released anything on PC to point out as well to add on to that. Like, no games, right? Nintendo has pretty much no games on PC to begin with. A very limited selection. They are good games, but they're still fucking limited. And you can find them, just more. It takes more effort than it's usually worth, you know? And a lot of times it's easier just to emulate half the fucking games they have. And what the fuck? Like, what kind of ego do you have to have? Just go, oh, these companies are gonna die forever and shit. But yeah, like, what common criticism I could say is, like, the guy just needs to be more open-minded about this shit. And, yeah. You know, I do kind of agree, though, there is a lot of studios, and that, like, the Kirby games look better time, even though Kirby's not my favorite game to play. I just find it kind of, like, the same as Mario for the most part. Like, it's about the same with, a lot of the games, if it's not like Legend of Zelda. So I mean, there's difference in the games, but like, I don't personally notice too much gameplay wise, and I do think that makes it kind of more fun with a lot of characters, like with Donkey Kong and stuff. And that a lot of the gameplay changes that exist are like gameplay change within like the character's personality within these games. But I also gotta disagree with the newest Pokemon game. It was fucking ass at launch. I didn't even get to really play it, but I have looked at it and watched other people play it because I'm fucking broke right now. And I gotta say, the game does look fun. I would love to get to play it. Right now, I don't really have the finance to actually do so, and once I do, I probably will, and I'll probably enjoy playing it. Though until then, I'm probably just gonna play Yakuza 7 while I have the full game, and I haven't completed the entire game. I'm like chapter 12 or some shit, and I complete the arena area, and I'm probably just gonna grind that area or some shit. Whatever. But yeah, you, like, I need to not drink before making videos, first off, for my own criticism, but fucking just be more open-minded with the community. Like, your closed-mindedness has been why people have been annoyed with you and complain. It's not pretendos. It's people who love playing Nintendo, PlayStation, and PC. Though I think your self-esteem's way too fucking high to admit that, as you, pleasure yourself in ways. But, yeah, being the retard that he is, he's probably gonna go, oh, no, I couldn't be wrong, you're just a pretendo. You never play any Nintendo devices, you don't have anything Nintendo related. No Nintendo, no PC, none of that shit.